buildings today that are shaped a little bit different than we usually have. But to start, like we always start, I'm going to do my horizon line. I'm going to put vanishing points at the very edge of my paper. I'm going to start with a couple letters. And first I want to start with the letter F, because the letter F will help you build all kinds of things. Now, our letter F looks like this, regular, when we write it down. When we read this way. We read this way, and then, we read like this, but we always start this way. That's the way you build your letters in perspective. You find your first vertical line. So if we look at the F, when we go this way, this is my first vertical line. So that means that's what I'm going to start with. So my letter F, I'm going to start right here with my first vertical line. I'm going to go to the point, like I always do. I'm going to go to the point again. I'm going to go to the point over here. And this should be very familiar because this is how we start all our buildings. Except this I'm going to go kind of long here. And I'm going to go short right here. The reason I went really long on top and short at the bottom is because my F is long here at top. It's also long right here in the middle of it. So I'm going to go again, and I'm going to add a line right. I want it a little bit higher than the horizon line, so I'm going to go right there. Okay, that's your letter F. Now let's make it 3D. So I went to the 2 points like I always did. Now I'm going to go here with my vertical. So there's my side of my F. Then I'm going to go up here as big as I want my F. Except I'm going to go here. I'm going to stop a little. Then I'm going to go here and stop a little. Because I want the thickness of my F here and I want the thickness of my F here. I made this a little long, so I'm going to erase it. I'm going to go right there. And I'm going to go right there. So you see how if I erase here, you can see your F right there. I went to the points here and I closed it here. So I went to the points there and I'm going to close it here with a vertical. And I'm going to close it there with a vertical. So there's your F. Now this piece right here, you cannot see the top or bottom because it's right on the horizon line. This piece is above the horizon line, so that means you can see the bottom. So to see the bottom of this, I have to go opposite, just like we did before. Like with the balcony and with the floating box, the same thing. I'm going to go back, only a little bit though. And this line goes to the point, so the bottom line, I'm also going to make it go to the point. And then you have a 3D F, if you want a building shape with an F. This works great for letter L's, letter E, letter I, letter T, same exact thing. You start with your line vertical, then you move. Except the T would have an extra piece that comes this way. So there's that. The next letter I'm going to make is the letter M. Now if you notice the M, it has 2 angle lines and 2 verticals right here. So I'm going to do the same way. I'm going to go this way, and I'm going to start with this vertical, because that's the way you read. So I'm going to go right here, and I'm going to make my first vertical. Okay? I'm going to go to the vanishing points, like I always do. To the vanishing point. I'm going to go to the vanishing point here, and I'm going to go to the vanishing point there. On our last video, we had the pole from the balcony, and both had to be the same size. So the bottom line told me how long it was going to be. Remember that? So this right here will tell me my other side of my M. Right here. So that's this other vertical right there. This one. So I'm going to erase here. Now I'm going to do what I did before with the F. I'm going to get the skinny side of the letter. And I'm going to get the other side of the letter here, except I'm not going to go all the way up. I'm going to get this side of the letter, and I'm not going to go all the way up, because that's wherever this little V thing is going to be shaped. So all I have to do from there is I'm just going to find my middle. So there's the middle of it. All I'm going to do, I'm going to make it a little lower. There's my middle of my gap, so I'm just going to connect these like I would a regular M. Okay, so I'm going to go here, like I would a regular M. And go a little more. Okay, I'm going to erase up here. Now here's my M. This looks 3D, but the rest of it doesn't. So here's my middle line right here. I'm going to go to this point, opposite. I'm going to go that way, then I can go up. So now both my sticks are 3D. This side right here, I'm going to make it go this way. Then this is at an angle, so this is at an angle. Right there. So that's how you make your M. Now, you might be asking how come all these went over here and not here? The reason all these went over here was because this right here is my middle beginning line. You know when we decorate our buildings, everything on this side is going to go that way, and everything on this side is going to go this way, except when you're trying to make them 3D and give them bottoms. Well, here we made them give them bottoms, that's why we went opposite. So this M helps you with any kind of letter, like the letter N, the letter R, the letter V, with anything that has angles to it. The letter U, that'll help you, okay? Now the next one is the letter R. Because I want to show you what to do with things that are an angle, like a K or something. I'm not going to use the ruler because I want the video to finish a little quicker. But here's my vertical line. The R looks like this. The way I read, this is my first vertical. So there's my R. Goes to the point, goes to the point. Here, I go to the point. There, I go to the point. I'm going to go in here, erase the extra. I have my stick for the R. I'm going to go here a little bit. Then I'm going to go to the point from it. That gives me the space where I can draw my loop. So I'm going to go here and draw. And then trace this. The same line, I move it up. And then I can trace in there. From then, you see this line right here? The bottom of this tells me the bottom of my next one. So I can just draw it at an angle double. Right there. Then I can erase here. I can erase there. Now this one, the opposite, will go to this point over here. And then this is at an angle, so that'll be at an angle. And that's how you make an R, a letter K, the little stick of the letter Q, and that's how you make those.